The definition of racism? Where did you get the definition?
English Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah, that's tertiary. That's not a primary source of information.
No, that's a primary source of information.
Tertiary sources aren't primary.
Sure. Define tertiary. Define that.
It would be third ranked.
Third rank where?
That's what it means, tertiary. A third ranked source.
Is what? No. How's it a third ranked source?
Because dictionaries aren't primary sources. They're secondary or third at best. And even your definition would go. Even this definition would go against what you're saying.
No, but how? How are dictionaries third rate? Third choice. What do you say?
Because they're not primary sources of information. I mean, you can look it up right now. Type it in right now. It's going to tell you it's not a primary source.
A dictionary is considered a secondary or tertiary source rather than a primary source. It compiles summaries, interpretation languages, and others. Well, however, whether a source is primary depends on your research topic. When it is not a primary source, if you're using a dictionary to look up the definition of a word or translate a phrase, it is a secondary or a reference source. When it can be as a primary source, if your research is focused on the history of lexicography and tracking how the definition or spellings of words have changed over time, or analyzing cultural languages shifts, a historical dictionary from that era becomes an original historical document. So when we're talking about like what is the meaning of racism, where would you find a primary source for the meaning of racism?
Scholarly work.
All right, and what scholarly works don't use this as a definition?
Ones that actually know what they're talking about. You could go to Vanderbilt.
No. So
I'm trying to give you the answer.
Give me a specific.
Vanderbilt University has one. But sure, even using
Vanderbilt University, and their study of racism.
Here, I'll look it up for you, bro.
No, I got it, because you're trying to take away from that pocket. Let's go look it up. So, Vanderbilt's study of racism covers a broad range of sociological, medical, and educational history. It's best to narrow it down to specifically what we're looking for. Let's see. A notable study in Vanderbilt researchers on developmental psychology found that at the ages of 7 to 10, children already have cognitive capabilities to understand social biases and group-based discrimination. Yeah, this works within the definition of racism itself, though.
Okay, so using what you have up there, marginalized groups, right?
Yeah.
Or a minority. Aren't white women a marginalized group?
Yes.
Can they be victims of racism?
No, because where do white women's race come into play?
Exactly, but they're still marginalized.
Yeah.
Your definition doesn't specify that.
The thing about it is that women themselves are marginalized. Not just white women, black women, Asian women, all women are marginalized groups.
Yeah, that's proving my point.
Fall under the category of but white women fall under the category of woman. Woman has nothing to do with race, so it would not apply.
What does your definition say? A minority or...
Time out. Hold on, time out. Are you aware of what appeals to definition is?
Minority or...
No. Engage with what I just said. Don't dismiss me. If you dismiss me one more time, we're going to have a fucking issue. This is one of my biggest things.
Crashing out already?
I fucking said... Yes, because I said words to you and you just dismissed them and went on with your own talking point without engaging with what the fuck I said.
You're mad because your definition doesn't apply.
Are you aware of what appeals to definition? No. Are you aware of what appeals to definition is?
How about you tell me?
No. Answer the question with a yes or no. If you don't know, I will tell you.
For this conversation,
then we don't need to have this conversation.
For this conversation, I'm gonna say no.
Do you know what appeals to definition is?
You didn't listen
or
to
no?
You didn't listen to what I just said.
Huh?
You didn't listen to what I just said.
Because you're talking when I'm talking. I can't hear you when you're talking over me.
Well, stop crashing out. I said no.
Okay, so you don't know what it is. Appeal to definition is when somebody uses the definition itself as the sole reason of an argument. This definition itself is not the sole reason of the argument of why I say white people do not experience racism.
Then why would you use it?
We also have historical evidence of these things. Because every single time I start a live, the first thing that somebody always asks me is, what's the definition of racism? So I put the definition up there so they don't ask that question as to what the definition of racism is. That's why that's up there. Now, here's the problem that we're having. The definition itself just details what racism is. The rest of the things that go along with it, how it applies, is the conversation that I've had, which are what these other 2 bullet points address. Because whiteness is not an ethnicity due to the fact there is no prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism solely against white people for them being white, there is not a way that white people currently experience racism.
Yeah, but your definition doesn't imply that. So this is from Vanderbilt University.
The definition itself is not the focus of the live. The definition is just there for reference point.
But you agree with,
and you can disagree with the definition.
but you agree with it though.
You can have your own. You can have your own source of definition. That's fine. But the definition is not the focal point. This is just there for reference.
Well, your references
are the focal points. These are the focal points that I'm having.
Why would you have? Okay, well, they're contradictory. This is from Vanderbilt University.
It's not contradictory. This is for reference. These are the points.
This is from Vanderbilt University. Racism, the systemic subordination of members. Can I finish?
Just up here for reference. These are the points. If you would like to talk about these points here, we can have a conversation. If you want to focus on a definition, a dictionary definition, by all means, that is fine. That's not what the live is about.
You don't know what this means. Do you really think you can deconstruct racism?
I do. And if you're not going to engage with my points, you can leave.
How do you